Hello, this is Topaz with Voice to the Voids, the Daily Voice. Here again with your daily news for October 12th, 2012. So first up, a game called Prison Architect, where you build a, prison for all of the needs for the inmates there, is basically going the way for its own Kickstarter. It's already made over $250,000 in just 2 weeks, with nearly 8,000 sales. This is following the model of Minecraft or a lot of others who basically are taking to selling their game in alpha or beta phase and working on it after selling basically copies of it. So this is coming through indiegames.com. It's a very interesting take and would be a definite change to the industry if more people start doing those types of crowdfunding along with others doing Kickstarter, whether the publisher is going to really have a home for a lot of these indie games. A lot of market research in from NPD. Some research saying that 23% of app gamers are now playing online on mobile devices. They're also saying that 59% of all games played, all games played, now happen on a mobile device. 37% of the people surveyed said that they really liked the fact that there were free games on the system, followed with 34% citing portability and convenience. About 30% of app gamers have made in-application purchases or upgraded from a free application to a paid version. This is basically showing that individuals and gamers are definitely adapting to the freemium standards of the mobile market and other kinds of markets that have been developing. NPD is also showing that 3DS game sales are up 89% in September. Now, why this is, it hasn't been speculated upon, but it's a very interesting change. They've also shown that the average price that mobile application gamers feel is a good value for a purchase or upgrade is $3, which to me, I'm very surprised at. I would have expected the all-telling 99 cents, but $3 is a nice round number. It's even one of the most common answers on the SATs. So 3 is a wonderful number to go after and does seem like a pretty good feel for, basically where a person could easily pay. However, NPD has been saying that games industry sales are down 24% in the US during this September, which is a bad string of news here at the moment. We'll have to see how that ends up changing. Wired is also reporting that PC sales are slumping down 12 to 14%. They are mostly citing a change in the back-to-school students getting tablets and other devices rather than new computers, and that the global move to mobile has definitely hurt the entire change, and HP is flailing at the moment, down substantially in their sales, which is definitely reflected in that value. Internet ad revenues are way up, hitting a new record, and so are mobile advertising. So you might end up seeing more games popping up where they don't actually have any freemium content, they're just ad-supported, because it's becoming a very popular place to go, going over $1 billion in just mobile advertisements popping up in your little applications and on mobile websites. Now, in more bad news, unfortunately, Windows 8 has just announced that they will be banning PEGI 18 or M-rated games from the Windows 8 marketplace. This means games like Modern Warfare 3, Skyrim, Mass Effect, Deus Ex, The Walking Dead, and a lot of those other games would not be available on their system. This is coming from Develop. this type of change is actually really problematic in a lot of ways, because although they want to be more of a family computer, it's taking out large segments. It's not even talking about the adult marketplaces or things like that a lot of companies, especially Apple and others, have flat out rejected, but for the fact that they're not allowing any of these types of games, and Windows has basically been a haven for a lot of these types of gamers. Well, as I said, all of those different titles are really loved on both consoles and on the PC. Not having the Windows 8 stamp of approval, not being able to work with the Metro interface, could be a big blow to the adoption rate for individuals on Windows 7 currently looking for those kinds of games. A new Pokemon augmented reality application is now out, allowing you to catch Pokemon in an augmented reality visual screen on mobile devices. It will plug into the next version of Pokemon and be able to unlock even legendary Pokemon that you find around, or extra special Pokemon. So that will definitely be an interesting change. You don't get your Pokemon Pokemon games on your mobile devices, but you can still catch Pokemon on them. Riot, for cheating in one of their large game tournaments, has fined the cheaters $30,000. The cheating was known to be rampant and well documented on the internet, and this fine might be just a slap on the wrist afterwards, but also is a little bit of a weird enforcement where they did not actually do it during the event itself. And this is all from GameSpot. VentureBeat is reporting that iPad trade-ins are up 80%, as rumors of the iPad mini have been circulating around. It'll be very interesting to see if the iPad mini starts turning up very soon. However, in a report with Games Industry International, the iPhone is now owned by 40% of U.S. teens, says Piper Jaffray. And the number of teens that own a tablet is now up from 34% to 44%. So almost half of all teens own a tablet now in the U.S. And more impressively, 72% of those who own a tablet own an iPad. This is a major change for the fact that basically mobile and tablet gaming is already here. The fact that this adoption rate is so high in teens is not necessarily surprising, but really impressive for those who are wanting to target the teen audience. As we discussed yesterday, the market for teens is vastly different than the one for older individuals, and is not as normally with social games, so targeting those individuals with the traditional social mobile applications might be misguided. We might see some very interesting tablet games popping up very soon with these new statistics out. Now, there was also a major problem with a game called Outwitters, where they spent more than $300,000 in developing a game that basically has earned about $40,000 because they didn't allow the users to purchase enough in-game. The maximum amount that you could purchase after buying all of the content in the game was about $4, and because it was a freemium title, only about 1 to 3% of the people were able to do this. Wired basically is reporting that because of this combination, they were only able to get back that small fraction. That just shows the importance for getting the purchases right. If you only allow people to spend up to a certain point, they can't spend any higher than that. Also, Six Waves quietly has settled a lawsuit with Spry Fox. The people who they said built a clone of their game. It is not known what that settlement entails or what money has been transcribed, according to GamePolitics.com. Also on GamePolitics, Treehouse, a patent-holding troll, has now sued Turbine with a patent in 2012 over collecting data on players and allowing them to change said data in a game space. This is a bad target for Treehouse in my mind, because Dungeons & Dragons Online, the game that they're citing, has actually been the infringing, well, the infringing subject was released far before that point, so the fact that that system already existed renders their entire claim null and actually removes their patent over the issue. Now, whether they're just attempting to get a small settlement over this and call it a day, yet to be seen, but these patent trolls seem to be popping up more frequently and causing problems for a lot of developers. So crushing this one swiftly would definitely be a good move to ward off others. So this is all the news for today. This has been Topaz with A Voice to the Void. As always, comment below, subscribe above. See you tomorrow. Bye.